Welcome back to Share the English. Today's episode is a shadowing exercise. Did you know that shadowing is one of the most effective ways to improve your speaking and pronunciation? Hi, I'm Leanne Gallant, and my mission is to share the English language with the world, starting with you. If you'd like to help me with that mission, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share the video with 2 friends. Now let's get started with shadowing. We're going to use Katie's Cold Adventures. This is part of a 3-part series. In the first part, I read you the story. In the second part, I explained all the different usages of the word cold. And now in this third part, we'll do shadowing. At the end of this video, I'll have links to those previous 2 videos, and I'll also put them in the description below. If you haven't done shadowing before, this is how it works. I'll say a phrase, and then you repeat the phrase and try to say it exactly the same way that I have. When I'm speaking, I'll show this symbol so that you'll know to listen, and when it's your turn, I'll show this symbol so you'll know it's your turn to speak. If you want to get the most out of shadowing, run through this video 2 or 3 times or 4 times until you're comfortable with it, and then go through another time and cover your eyes or close your eyes and just listen. So listen to how I say it and then speak exactly the way I say it. At the end of this video, I'll show you how to access all the other resources. Let's get started with shadowing. Katie catches a cold. It's an unseasonably cold Wednesday evening in October, and Katie listens to Coldplay while she reviews some cold cases for her mystery club. She digs into the facts of a Newfoundland fisherman found murdered in cold blood. There was one promising suspect, but he disappeared and the trail has gone cold. As she finishes eating her cold plate dinner, she's glad this cold snap is supposed to end before the weekend. Out of the blue, Katie's cell phone rings. Usually it's her mother calling or someone cold calling trying to sell her something. But the caller ID shows the Spark Theatre. A few months ago. Katie loves mysteries and she loves theater. The Spark Theatre is producing a play called The Mystery of the Stone Cold Breakfast. Katie is getting ready to audition tomorrow for the lead role of Ivy Hunter. She doesn't want to go into the audition cold, so she memorizes all of Ivy Hunter's lines. Audition day. Katie wakes up coughing and sneezing with a bad cold. She feels miserable. How will she be able to perform at the audition? She fills up on cold medication and heads to the audition, determined to do her best. The audition is a disaster. Katie tries to recite her lines, but her head is so foggy that she can't think straight. She gets her lines all mixed up. In the days after the audition, Katie knows she performed poorly, but is surprised to find herself left out in the cold. She doesn't even get a small part in the play. To make things worse, her good friend Jessica gets the part of Ivy Hunter. Since the auditions, it feels like Jessica is giving Katie the cold shoulder. Jessica quit drinking coffee cold turkey, and now she is quitting the Mystery Club. At the fundraiser, Katie thinks the director Dave is cold-hearted because he didn't even give her a small part in the play. She's so mad at him that she greets him coldly at the theater fundraiser and then ignores him the rest of the evening. Back to the present. Katie answers her phone. It's Dave from the Spark Theater. Katie, there's been an accident. Earlier that day, near the cafe, Jessica was walking by her favorite cafe, longing for a cold brewed iced coffee. As she debated whether or not to start drinking coffee again, she turned to look back. Suddenly, she twisted her ankle and fell to the ground. In a cold sweat, Jessica worried if her ankle was broken. In the end, it was just a bad sprain, but that was cold comfort. She knew she wouldn't be able to perform in the play on the weekend. Back to the present. On the phone, Dave asks Katie if it's true that she memorized all of Ivy Hunter's lines and would she play the part of Ivy in The Mystery of the Stone Cold Breakfast. Katie is thrilled, but there's one big problem. She's not at home in London. She's in Ottawa, looking after her sister's cat, Edna. It's her dream to play this part. What is she going to do? Dave says, I have an idea. I'll call you right back. "10 minutes later, Katie's phone rings, but it's Jessica, not Dave. She apologizes for being cold towards Katie and for quitting the mystery club. When she got the lead role of Ivy Hunter, Jessica thought Katie wouldn't want to be around her. They decide to be friends again, and Jessica has some good news for Katie. Jessica's aunt lives in Ottawa and offers to look after Edna, Katie's sister's cat. The next day. It's all working out. Katie studies her lines for the play on the train back to London the next day. That evening they practice and do a cold run-through of the play. On Friday evening, before she can get cold feet, Katie steps out onto the stage in Ivy Hunter's shoes. How did that go for you? It may have been challenging if this was your first time shadowing, but once you go through it 3 or 4 times, it'll get a lot easier. Remember, this is the third of 3 videos for Katie's Cold Adventures, so you can access the other 2 if you wait to the end of this video or go to the description below. You can have free access to all this information in writing if you go to sharetheenglish.com and enter your email address. I hope you've enjoyed the Katie's Cold Adventure series. Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you next time.